everyone. This is Carrie from Financial Forecast by Carrie. If you do follow me on my other YouTube channel or Instagram page, I'm known as Celestial Forecast by Carrie for the love readings. However, since we're focusing on abundance, prosperity, money matters, maybe there's a reason why you've been drawn to listen to this particular channeled reading that I am doing. It is still general advice, so only take the parts of it that do make sense for you. Do your due diligence, of course, to do what feels right for your situation. For those who don't know, yes, I'm known here on this platform as a card reader, but I am also a licensed financial strategist. So if I'm able to help you in any way, shape, or form regarding any concerns when it comes to debt management, retirement planning, life insurance, we also do estate planning. If any of those things are of need for you, I will go ahead and link my business link down below in the description box of this video, and I'd be able to help you out. All right, guys, so if you are new to my channel, I typically start off with letters. For the love readings, I also incorporate zodiac signs, not for the financial ones. I may do that later, but I'm just not guided to do that this time. And any numbers that I'm able to channel, and then we'll get into the actual messages that I'm channeling for the collective, whoever is drawn to listen to this. Okay, so let's get started. And I apologize for my voice if I cough or whatever, because I've been talking so much today. But let me see what I'm able to bring forward for you guys. Okay, so the letters that's presenting itself here, you, but that could also be an indication of Y-O-U, you in particular, the person who's listening to this. A, E, the letter G presenting itself, as well as T, R, K, the letter B, F, and Y. So these letters could represent parts of your name. It could be your initials. It could be a coworker. It could be somebody of significance in your life who has maybe helped you in your career, or maybe they've just been very supportive. But for some people, it could come through as challenging individuals that, you know, maybe you're trying to figure something out in particular when it comes to a work situation, a financial decision. Okay, so play around with those letters. If it's not making sense right now, it could later. Okay, numbers that are presenting itself here for this channeled message. The number 5 is presenting itself. 2 and 0. So maybe 520 means something to some of you guys. It could also represent February. It could represent the month of May. It could be 25. That could be maybe a birth date. 50 could also mean something. It could be someone's age. It could be anything. So play around with those numbers if it's making sense for you. I'm also getting excuse me, somebody's goal to be able to earn maybe $250,000 a year. It could be something like that, or maybe you're already doing that. You could be in a really good position for a promotion. I'm picking that up for some of you. If what you are hoping for to be able to manifest right now is a job promotion, my angel guides are really wanting you to know that you need to trust your gut and intuition. Be really real with yourself, because you know if that would be in tune with what it is that you're wanting to manifest here. So my angel guides are really wanting to convey that you have to believe in what you are trying to manifest, especially when it comes to making more money, bringing in abundance, however way you are seeing that, you know, prosperity coming into your life. If there's any sort of imbalance, possibly in the root chakra, you know, if your root chakra is imbalanced, maybe you're allowing your worries to get in the way. Maybe right now you're just not feeling very stable in your life or feeling secure. It could also have something to do with generational issues, maybe in your upbringing, perhaps. It could have been an unstable relationship or family life or just upbringing. Sometimes that can create a space for anxiety, other imbalances in your life. So definitely very important for some of you, if you relate to that, look into ways to balance your root chakra. Some of you might also have a male coworker. For some of you, that could be a very positive influence, but for some, I'm also feeling that it could be challenging. Either this person is very helpful to you in a work environment capacity, or they could be very supportive, but I'm also feeling it could either be a coworker, it could be an employer, it could be somebody in a position that's higher from you where they're kind of pushing their weight around. So this person might be a little bit difficult to deal with. Yeah, I'm picking up off of that vibe for some of you guys. So that could be a contributing factor as far as reconsidering where you're at right now. Maybe you just want a change of scenery, a new job. Some of you might be wanting to just switch careers altogether. And again, my angel guides are just really wanting you to go back to trusting your gut and intuition. I'm also hearing love or do what you love and the money will follow. There is also a need to be able to manage your finances much better than how it currently has been going. There is this need to do a little bit better as far as your savings. Some of you guys might be tapping yourself out every time you get paid, or you already maybe know what it is that you're going to spend that money on before you've even made it. So budgeting is definitely something that needs to be worked on. I'm getting that. For those of you who are unemployed right now and you're job hunting, I don't know, guys. I just, my angel guides keep bringing me back to trust your gut, trust your intuition. If you feel, especially those who've already interviewed and you're just waiting for an answer, if your gut is telling you that there's a really good chance that you might get this job, that you would be the chosen one, put that energy out there. Put the positive vibes out there. Know and believe that it's yours. Claim it. Claim it before it manifests in the 3D. Act as if you've already manifested it, and there's a really good chance that it could become a part of your reality. There's also a really important practice that perhaps some of you guys are considering or are already doing. I know personally I love to read books focusing on manifesting. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of the law of attraction, and it's really important to be able to, again, put good energy out there, because if you're in a negative space, that as well is what you have the possibility of attracting. So you can either be a money magnet or a challenge magnet when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your job, or finding one, getting a promotion, whatever the case is. Put yourself in an energy, surrounding yourself with positivity. Perhaps work on your mindset to be able to build a strong mindset so that you can once again focus on what can be rather than what cannot be or what is not happening. I am getting, for some of you, you know what it is that you want, but at the same time you're afraid to take the necessary steps. So you could be fearful of taking a risk. But I'm getting here, if you have been guided to listen to this channeled message, now is the time to kind of roll that dice, take a chance, take a risk. It might just ultimately pay off. Some of you could be in the legal field. You could be in law school, or you have your law degree. You could be a lawyer. You could be a paralegal, a legal assistant, something along those lines. So you could be thriving there. If that's a goal of yours, continue to focus on the steps that are necessary to make that a reality. I'm also feeling for some of you, you could either be about to join the military or you're already in the military. If you are in the military, I commend you. Thank you for your service. My husband was in the Navy for years, and so, you know, it definitely holds a very special place in our heart because we are a military family. Let's see what else. Some of you might feel like either lately or it's been a while that it's just trial and challenge after another, one after the other. You can't seem to get a break. My angel guides are wanting to convey here that you could be going through some tough times, but there will also be, I'm getting possibly 2 to 3 months where you're finally going to see things improving. So just hang in there. Some of you guys, I'm getting a few industries here. So some of you might be in the beauty industry. You could be a makeup artist. Maybe you love fashion. Somebody could be in the medical field as well. Could be a doctor, a nurse. I'm also getting a chiropractor that's coming through. I'm also getting somebody could be a writer. You could be an editor either for a magazine, a newspaper. Maybe you are a freelance writer, a ghostwriter, something along those lines. If you feel that that's in tune, in line with what you do or what you want to do, I feel that's coming through here to let you know that you're on the right path. And if money has been a little bit slower, you're just not earning as much as you want. Let me see what I'm able to bring forward there. I'm just hearing from my angel guides, don't give up, you're on the right path. But I'm also receiving an additional time frame of 1 year. You know, maybe give it the rest of 2026 for some of you guys. Hopefully what I'm picking up here is it'll give you traction, or enough traction to convince you that you're actually doing what you are meant to do. This is your life calling. This is your life purpose. I'm also getting age is just a number. I'm feeling some of you might feel like you're too old to get into a particular market, or if you're not happy at your job, like you're too old to switch careers. I'm just ultimately getting here, it's time to switch up that mindset because you're not too old. Nobody gets to say what your expiration date is while we're here, while we're living and breathing, right? Unless you believe in the Lord, you believe in God like I do. And whatever your faith is, you know, none of us know when our time is to leave this earth, right? So I'm ultimately getting here that just do what you love. You know, again, do what you love. The money will follow. Trust your gut, trust your instincts. You're never too old to pursue something. You're never too old to learn something. Whatever interests you. Some of you might feel like, okay, I've done the 9 to 5, I've been in the rat race for so long, but that was just a job. Maybe it's not a passion. Maybe you feel like, you know what, I really want to pursue this. I really want to do something that I'm passionate about. Maybe you've held off on it. Maybe it's possibly due to finances that you could not pursue that. But if you are in a position to do so, and if financially maybe you're good, maybe now is the time to really make that dream a reality. You know, it may seem far out right now. Maybe you don't even know how to start. But ultimately, you should never stop aiming for the stars. Your dreams have the capability to be fulfilled, no matter how old you are. That's just what I'm getting. Age is just a number. I'm also getting, for some of you, you might have a mentor or you might suddenly attract a mentor to be able to help you with a particular problem when it comes to maybe getting a job, a promotion, dealing with an issue. Could be financial problems. There's somebody here, possibly older, could be a parent, a grandparent, or an older mentor is what I'm getting. They might be able to help you solve that issue to be able to get you out of a crisis. There's also this need to really remove yourself from toxic influences, toxic people that could be in your immediate surroundings. I got the male coworker earlier, but it could be a female coworker for some of you. But yeah, there's this need to kind of clean up your environment. And if something's bothering you, you need to be able to get it off your chest, is what I'm getting. So whether you need to just voice your concerns, talk to a boss, an employer, could be HR for some of you. However way you feel is the correct way to deal with it. I'm just being guided to share that the time is up. Maybe you've sat on it long enough, you've hesitated long enough, and now it's time to take action. That is what I'm getting. Ultimately, I'm getting a really good vibe when it comes to the overall messages that are coming through here. There is this need to release people from your surroundings that don't belong there. You know who they are if that is something that you're dealing with. But this is a time of manifestation for you. Maybe there is a reason why you've been guided to this message. This is a time of manifestation. Some of you might feel like you're struggling with your bills, you're drowning in debt, you're not earning enough, or you're tired of your job, you want something new, you want something different. I feel it's time to take action in order to be able to remedy those things. And as I had mentioned earlier, maybe I am the solution to be able to help you with some of those things if that resonates, because again, I am licensed to be able to assist. So if that's making sense for you, definitely click on the link in the description box and let's talk. Let me see if there's some final messages that I'm able to tap into here. Okay, well, let me just share one story that I recently found out about. So I had worked in a law firm for about 15 years. And when COVID hit, our office just shut down to the point where a lot of our attorneys, CPAs, and all the people that were in that office just did not return because everybody after that just decided to work from home. So one of our attorneys, he was, I would say, maybe mid-60s. He was getting ready to retire. And I ran into one of my coworkers a couple weeks ago. We decided to meet up for lunch. And she said, "Did you hear that he actually won the lottery?" I almost couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'm like, what? And I mean, I gotta say, this gentleman was very successful in his own way without having won anything. He could provide for himself, his family. He was well-to-do. He worked very hard for his money all his life. And as I mentioned, he was getting ready to retire. So he ended up winning, I believe it was about $7 million. And so, of course, our immediate reaction was, wow, he doesn't need the money. Why? How is this possible? And I thought back to how he conducted himself. He was very confident and he always put out positive energy out there. And he always carried himself in a way where he knew that he was a client attractor, that he was a money magnet, that he was meant to be financially well off, that abundance, prosperity, those things, he truly believed in it. He lived it. And so if that's something that you're struggling with, guys, financially, it really does go back to trusting your gut, following your intuition, maybe making different choices, doing things differently in order to change the narrative of the direction that you're going when it comes to money, when it comes to maybe debt challenges, when it comes to not really being able to attract your dream job, whatever the case might be. So start there. I feel there's a reason again why you've been drawn to listen to this, and hopefully there's something here that inspires you, that lit a fire under your feet to just take action and get moving. Because by moving, I do feel that you will be able to attract the very thing that you are wishing for, that you're hoping for, that you are really wanting to manifest in your 3D world. All right, guys, so that is what I have this time. Hopefully it's helped you out. Again, if you are wanting a consultation with me, that link is down below. And if you don't already follow me here on this page, please do so, as well as on the YouTube channel, on Instagram, however way you're listening to this. I'd love your support here, but of course on my other channel, Celestial Forecast by Carrie. If you haven't already followed me there, would appreciate your support there as well if you're interested in love and relationship readings. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.